Abraham and Sarah was out of God's will, walking after the flesh. They were in the predicament, unable to handle the situation. They were helpless to straighten out the mess into which they had gotten. So God himself had to intervene. God appeared to Abimelech in a dream one night. God warned the king of judgment. Abimelech was in danger of dying because he was about to commit adultery with Sarah. The world of Abraham's day was an immoral world. Immortality, free sex, loose sex, all kinds of sex. It ran wild. So people did their own thing. Did what they wanted, when they wanted. Polygamy, having many wives, was a common practice, and the wealthy often had harems of concubines. The law of God still stood. Adultery was still sin, and it was to be punished, and Abimelech was as good as dead if he touched Satan. And what we're seeing is the same type of lifestyle that we have today. You know, it's the same thing. Everything, matter of fact, everything is about sex. Everything is being sold about sex. You want to sell a car, you put a naked lady on there with a bikini on. You want to sell some land, you do the same thing. I mean, everything got something to do with the immoralness of this world. And that's what was going on then. But it also shows us, even in the midst of all of this that was going on, Abraham stood pretty strong on that, even though he would fall short in places he couldn't see. But he believed and feared God. So, when I noticed, he said, in a dream, God came to him. And when God told him, thou art but a dead man. In a dream. But you know, as we get into the next verse, or the next two verses, we need to be more like Abimelech. When God speaks to you, his word speaks to you, you know what you need to do? Immediately follow it. Not to say, oh yeah, I know better, but I ain't going to do no better right now because of whatever reason, whatever I'm going through, whatever it is. But when we know better, we should do better. When we receive the word of God, we should apply the word of God to our life. That's the purpose of us receiving the word, is to apply it. If we're not going to apply it, what good is it? Deacon 410 and I were talking earlier. It's kind of like a person sick. The doctor gave you some medicine. You take the medicine home. You sitting up there, you're sick. Your wife look at you, your husband, and they say, what's wrong with you? Oh, I'm feeling so bad. Did you take the medicine? No, I didn't take it. I know I need to take it. Well, if you know you need to take it, why don't you take it? If you know you need to do it, why don't you do it? If you know you shouldn't do it, why don't you not do it? That's the purpose of us learning better. That's why the scripture tells us, don't just hear the word. Be doers of the word. That's why we learn better. Our mind is renewed for us to walk in the renewedness of our mind. Any question or comment?
Pastor, you know what? The king, he knew. He understood from that dream right from wrong. But we got things to tell us right from wrong right here. And just totally ignore it like it ain't even nothing.
Yeah, man.
You know, that would get me.
Just like it don't
exist. It don't mean nothing. Can do whatever I want to do, say whatever I want to do. And the truth is a lie is the truth. It's just sad.
You know, it seems like the only place that we can do what we want to do, we think. But yet and still everything is fine with God. Any place else. I mean, any place else. You can tell, oh, now I can't do this on my job. They'll fire me. No, I can't do this on the basketball court. Coach will put me out. No, I can't do this in school. They're going to put me out. You know, it's no, I can't do these things because there is consequences for it. But you see, the thing with God is because he's so loving and he's so merciful, and because he don't just make judgment right then. We take a little bit, oh, did nothing happen? Take some more, did nothing happen? No. And we just keep getting words and words. And God is speaking to him. He's putting up with him because he loves him. And the thing about it is, as I said earlier, he's putting up with him because he loves us, because we have put our faith in his son, he loved his son. And because we put our faith in his son, is why even through sin, God worked things out for him. Did you have your hand up?
It was just thinking on like what Dick was saying, and it's so true, cause God don't discriminate, cause just like them 10 Commandments for me, they for you, and they for everybody, and then you got people that know that it's 10 Commandments, but they don't want to know that, they don't care about knowing the 10 Commandments or doing it, but then it go back to what we were like in the men meeting, and in Sunday school, the motivation, what your motive, for what you're doing. Our motive is being, trying to, better ourselves get to the kingdom. But then you got people that, that ain't really motivated to, it's all like the same for, it should be, it's different because, everybody got their own thing that they go through in life, but it all go back to the same thing. It is like what God got us here for, and, we're here to serve him, and, that's us serving by us serving him. It's just like he said he'll give us the desires of our heart, and all this stuff is like, all this stuff is material stuff, but at the same time, your motive, like why I do what I'm trying to do, because I want to get to heaven, and then, if your motive ain't to get to heaven, then you ain't gonna really, if people be saying, oh, I want to go to heaven, or I don't want to go to hell, but you don't want to go to hell, then what you try to do to stay out of there? And all of that go back to, his commandment and when he, and just trying to follow Jesus Christ. Cause he was the way. He was the way, and stuff that happened to him, man, I got to be taught how to turn another cheek and all that. I got to be constantly reminded of that. It ain't nothing that you automatically do, because how we shaped in iniquity, we are the flesh. But he was of the flesh too, but his motive was different, like he said when he was a child. I can't do my father's will. And that's something that he had to grow up, just like, all the rest of us growed up, but his motive was different than everybody else. And he knew that, but it's just.
When you say his motive was different from everybody else, what do you mean by that?
His motive was to do his father's will.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's our motive? Well, let me rephrase it. What is supposed to be our motive?
to follow Jesus Christ.
So
that would be God's will. To follow Jesus Christ, like he said, you only can come through the Son.
The reason I'm asking you that is because the will of Jesus, it should be the will of those that follow Jesus. If we could ever get our heart to the place of, I don't want to hurt God. You see, the motive is to please God. His motive was to please the Father. Our motive is to please the Father and the Son. We are to be conformed to the image of Christ. That's why we follow Christ. To be conformed to the image of Christ. But we are sometimes so selfish and so self-centered. We don't have excuses. We just don't want to do it. I mean, the bottom line, when I say, it's just like, I know I shouldn't steal John's stuff, but he shouldn't have that money hanging out of his pocket. It's his money. It don't make no difference if it's hanging out of his pocket. If he take it and throw it on the ground beside him, it's still his. So our motive should be to please God in everything that we do. Why would I want to break the heart of my Savior when I know he's right here with me in everything I'm doing? Everywhere I go, he's right there. The Spirit of God inside of me. Every word come out of my mouth, he in me. I got to argue with him to get it out. Especially if it's something ugly. When we learn better, when we get ready to say something, it's something in there that if it come out, it should be a feeling come over. Why? Because I done let something slip out that I know it's going to hurt God, and my motive is to please God. Our motive should be to please him. How do we please him? By representing him, by being an ambassador for him to this world, to show the world what Christ looked like, as Christ showed the world what the Father looked like. We're planted in Christ, Christ in the Father. That put all of us together. So our motive should be to please God. I don't want to hurt this. It's just like a child, and you say, you know, children act up, and somebody say, oh, here come your mama. Oh, here come your dad. Now they good children. No, they the best ones around. Why do you think they act like that when the parents come? They want to please them. So while they're looking at me, I'm going to do everything I know is right, because I want to please them. Now, when they get behind our back, you might slip up there and say, I know that ain't none of my child right there. But yeah, what? You ain't looking at them. But now when you walk up or you drive up or you come up, all of a sudden your child changed. Why is that? Because he want to please the parent. So now with God being our Father, we should want to please him. And the thing with him is he done placed himself inside of us. Jesus said, I never leave you nor forsake you. He with us. Everything I do, he's right there. He looking at me. Even when I get angry, look around and say, I just don't care what's going on there. So what? Now, the difference. Our Father in heaven ain't like our Father on earth. Because the Father on earth, what you say? Nothing. But, and if the Father in heaven did the exact same thing, guess what? We'll be better children. Amen. We act up all of a sudden, you just see him slap down, spit the foot. I ain't seen that. What happened to him? He acted up in front of his father. I didn't see his father, but I sure saw what happened. Guess what? We'll start doing better. But because God don't do that to us, we start looking at him like, everybody else doing it, let them have so full, you know. But if Deacon Dempsey tell us all the time, he can't get past this. But at the end,
amen. That's it. That's it. A lot of people, before they left this world, have gone through a lot of things. So, you know, that's the other part, because God is not mocked. He says you reap what you sow.
Yes.
So, before many of them leave, they think, yeah, they're getting away and having a good time now. It's a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but God is ready to deal with it.
Oh, yeah. And he will. Any other question or comment? If not, let's tie 4 and 5 together.
And Abimelech had not come near her. And he said, Lord, will you slay also a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, she is my sister. And she, even herself, said, he is my brother. In the interior of my heart and innocency of my hand have I done this.
Abimelech immediately started pleading the king.
That's right.
But now the king appealed to the Lord. He claimed that he and his people were innocent and blameless, for he had not gone near Sarah. He had no idea that she was Abraham's wife, for they had both claimed to be brothers and sisters. Note that Abimelech called God the Lord. The Hebrew means Lord of all. Abimelech apparently was God-fearing and recognized that the God of his dream was the Lord of all. He acknowledged that the Lord had the power over all persons and nations. Note the question he asked. was the Lord going to destroy an innocent nation, him and his people. So he acknowledged that the Lord was just and righteous. He did not punish people unjustly. The Lord must know that the king had acted in integrity of his heart, that his conscience was clean and his hands clean in the whole affair. God then revealed himself to Abimelech as the true God. The true God, Abimelech, was not only talking with the Lord of all in his dream, but he was talking with the true God. Abimelech has pleaded his case to the true God. You know what? Sometimes we take dreams real lightly. Now, he could have woke up and said, whoa, man, what a nightmare I had. Whoa, that was a nightmare. And just brushed it right on off. And went right on about his business as usual. How do we do? Sometimes we have dreams. We don't understand them. Well, guess what? Talk to the one who gave you the dream. Dreams mean something. But Abimelech, even being, he wasn't a believer. But he knew that there was a true and living God. And he knew, wait a minute, I know about all these other gods, but I ain't had one that approached me like this. And then to tell me, you was a
dead man.
You dead man.
You was a dead man.
A dead, now think about this.
I'm all woke about what's me.
What is this? God tell you, you a dead man. Now, how can you live behind that?
Lord, what I did.
Now, y'all ain't getting it. Let me do it again. What if God tell you that you a dead man?
Start asking for forgiveness. Whatever.
That's what I'm getting at right there. Now, watch this thing. God said, if we don't accept his son, you're a dead man. He said, if you don't follow his son, you're a dead man. He said, I'm going to give you the word of God to follow. You're a dead man. Guess what we said? I don't believe it.
Yeah.
How do I know we say that? We don't say it with our lips. We say it with our actions. Because then we're still, think about it. Okay, I know I should commit adultery, but man, I tell you, so-and-so look good. God said, now you, guess what? I'll come back and ask God, forgive me later. Wow. So you gonna manipulate the Creator. Because that's what you're actually talking about doing. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to ask him to forgive me. And he's supposed to forgive me. Now, Scripture tells us about that too. I believe we can run over there to Hebrew 10. Right now through there, he'll tell you. So, when I look at it said verse 4, he said, I ain't come near her. Lord, will you slay a righteous nation? Come on now, God, I ain't touched this woman. Guess what? God know that. Because as we get a little further, we're going to find out why he couldn't touch her. That was the reason. God fixed that. He going to take that over that belonged to him because he said he would. He said the word going to take that in. He said, I'm going to take care of mine. That's why I want to be right here in his hand. Because he going to take care of me. And I know if I'm right there, ain't nothing finna bother me. I can be like a little child with my arm wrapped around daddy's leg, and I can lick my tongue out at you, and I can make faces, and I can set stuff, and I know you can't bother me. Why? Because I'm with dad. Ain't that the way little kids do?
Yeah.
Why? Because they feel secure. Man, I'm with dad. You ain't even do nothing with me.
No, sir.
Any other question, comment?
Make you think that he knew about Sodom and Gomorrah.
Uh-huh.
Because he said that will you also slay a righteous nation? Asking that question, it sounds like he knew something. Something had happened.
But the news had to travel. Yeah, news had to travel. Man, when you talking about these cities have been destroyed and don't nobody know? Oh yeah, the news had travel. Man, God went down there and destroyed everything. I'm talking about the true and living God. I ain't seen a God like that. When we talking about the sun God and the moon God, but man, this God will rain in fire to hell. He burned up. Oh, it got around. It's just like news with us. How long do bad news take to get around?
Wow.
Not long at all.
Any other question, comment? If not, let's tie 6 and 7 together.
And God said unto him in a dream, Yes, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart. For I also withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore suffer I you not to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for you, and you shall live. And if you restore her not, know you that you shall surely die, you and all who are yours.
Every one of y'all. Listen to what God is saying. Now you notice that he said, I also withheld thee from sinning against me. God said, I. So there's a reason. The true God has a knowledge of all. He has all knowledge. He knew that the king was innocent. The true God has power over all persons and their affairs. He had kept Abimelech from touching Sarah. God had actually afflicted the king and his household with some kind of disease that kept them from having sex and bearing children. The true God expected and demanded that the king not commit adultery, that he return Sarah to Abraham. God told the king that Abraham was a prophet and that Abraham would pray for the king's healing. But if he refused to return Sarah, he would die. He and his whole family. God has the power to save and keep the believer. He can do whatever is necessary to keep the believer, even interfere miraculously to make sure that the believer or the task that he has for that believer is carried out. And that's what he's done here with her. But he said that he said, I, God, it wasn't you, Abimelech. I put something on you so you couldn't do nothing. You know, and God is saying, now listen to it. And then he turned around and tells us, Abraham is a prophet. And when you do what I tell you to do, Abraham gonna pray for you. Y'all get that?
It's so amazing because titles mean something to God. He's saying he's a prophet. He big brainy. He needs to pray for you. And you're a king. You just a king. He is a prophet. So I found that to be the most encouraging part of this. That title means something.
Yes, sir.
When you represent him.
Amen. You know, people, ain't nothing but a man. But he's a man been chosen by God. And this man been chosen by God for a purpose. And if God has chosen this man, he going to equip this man with what he needs to carry out the task that he has placed before him. It had nothing to do with what we think about who the person is or who we think it should be. Or even sometimes we'll say, I should have been me. If it should have been you, God would have gave it to you. I done come to find out anybody. And I used to think God can use anybody. But no, he can't. You know why he can't use anybody? Because anybody won't allow him to.
Free will.
We have a free will. They won't allow him to. A lot of times, we ourselves keep ourselves from being blessed because we're so stubborn and caught in our ways that we can, and like children in school, we can't get promoted to the next grade because we can't pass in the grade we in. How can God elevate me to my next place when I can't pass right here? Okay. How am I going to go to the second grade when I can't pass in the first grade? And then I want to look at somebody because they in the fourth grade, because they started school behind me. They in the fourth grade, I'm still in the first grade. Now I'm upset with God because why is they over there and I'm still over here? Because you can't pass your test that he keep putting on you. All we got to do is let God use us feel like we are God. Go ahead, D.
And the other thing too, Pastor, which I think is also so important. Abraham at this point was kind of weak. He was very weak in doing what he did to give up his wife to get something like that. But God still made allowances for him to keep him from Abraham from destroying himself and weathering the camp. So God, when he called you, he gonna make allowances for you if you make an honest mistake. And the only time Abraham was strong was when he was acting on faith.
And that's where he just stepped off from.
He just stepped
when
off.
He started looking. You see, and that's what our problem is that a lot of times we step off because we looking. And what we're looking at, it look like that's the answer. So we forget to consult God because I see it. I got it, God. I see what I need to do. And he said, no, that ain't it. Yeah, Lord, I got this. I see what I need to do now. Okay, go ahead. And then we get ourselves in submit.
Exactly.
Then we turn around now.
No,
We saw how to get in. Lord, if you we just don't never see how to get out of it. So he is our way out, but God, and we got to realize something now, and we got to keep this in mind. Abraham is growing in faith. Abraham is learning how to walk by faith in every situation. Abraham couldn't look back and see what happened to somebody else. How they did. No, he is the first one. He the one that God chose. So now, by him being the father of faith, we have to look at what Abraham, the mistakes he made, how he grew in it. But we don't have to go through the mistake. Why? Because we got him to show us, you just keep the faith. Don't you wait. Don't you go in because you see that. You need to ask God, is that what he see for you? Lord, I see this over here, Lord. It sure look like it might be the right way to go, but Lord, I don't want to go no place without you. And I'm asking you, Father, if it's not your will for me to go over there, I need you to intervene and stop it. Now watch this. When something happens to hinder you, don't you go around. Because see, he'll stick something in the way to hinder you. But see, you look, oh no, I just go right around there. I can still get there. Now, see, you done went around. Watch this. You just went around here.
To do your will.
Exactly. Can y'all see that?
I see it.
I asked him to intervene. Now, he didn't intervene, but Lord, I want that so bad. Just kind of go around here to get what it is I want. Go ahead.
It's just like, this really encourages me because it like, you know, God do things in season. You know, and then like you know, people know where you came from and still try to die. You still like everything, little thing that you mess up on, they'll try to blow that up, and it'll like kind of it'll like, you know, trying to kind of discourage you. Like, but then like with this, like, man, this ain't the first time Abraham did it. You know, and then like he had to learn, like his faith had to grow. But at the same time, you know, Sarah, she ain't was like, we did this, we done been through this before, you want to do this again. Like, but she still.
How long ago was that? That's the key. You see, you talking about like 20 something years. Last time he went over there about 20 years ago. It's just like we are. We'll get comfortable. And we'll forget the mistake we made back then that God brought us out. And we'll go get ourselves right back in the same one. Because it's been a long time. And we feel like because it's been a long time, I got a different strategy this time. You see, in this, he didn't go all the way into Egypt, man. He went to the border. See, last time he went into Egypt. This time he went to the border, so he ain't doing the exact same thing. He went to the border. Watch this. That's what we do sometimes with sin. We don't want to stay across, but we'll go right to the border. Well, how we go to the border? Sometimes I want to get along with somebody. I want to make friends with somebody. I want to be accepted with somebody. So I just kind of bend a little bit so I can let them know, hey man, I'm all good. You know what I'm saying? I might go to church and everything, but now look, I'm all good. But guess what? I'm gonna go all the way to the border. Sometimes we'll step across that border. Anytime you're hanging out with people that live on the other side of the border, and you get to the line, it's very easy to get pulled across. Do you know why? Because they live over there. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They're going to show you where it's all right for you to come on over here, man. Look at all of us over here. Everything's fine. Come on here, man. Mm-hmm. And then...
Be yourself. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Any other question or comment? If not, we'll get in verse 8.
Therefore, Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told them all these things in their ears. And the men were so afraid.
Wait. Look at Abimelech now. Look at Abimelech. Everything that we just got to talk about, Abimelech was still asleep. Are y'all seeing this? Abimelech and God having a conversation. But guess what? You know why I need you to pay close attention to this? Because just as soon as his eyes open, Abimelech got up immediately. Look what he said. He said, therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all of his servants and told all these things in their ears. And guess what? Now they seeing what's been happening around there. All of a sudden, now I know who it is doing that God. Oh Lord, I heard about that God. So now they're afraid. God secured the believer through human rebuke. Whatever a man sows, he reaps. Abraham had sowed sin among Abimelech and his kingdom. Abraham was to reap a terrible rebuke for his sin. God was to save Abraham from his sin, but it was to be through a strong rebuke from the king. There was the rebuke of shame and embarrassment. Abimelech awoke early from his God-given dream. Very early in the wee hours of the morning, he immediately got up and called all the state officials together for a cabinet meeting. He shared the crisis with the official cabinet. The king and his family and servants were to die if he did not return Sarah to Abraham. He shared the whole mess that Abraham had brought upon the king and Philistine nation. Abraham's deception and lie. Abraham's dishonor to his wife. Abraham's endangering the king and the Philistine nation. Abraham and Sarah's sin was being discussed at the highest level of government. Imagine the shame and embarrassment they were soon to experience, knowing that their sin was exposed and was being discussed, not by a few within a community, but by the king and his cabinet. This meant that the whole Philistine nation, all the people, would soon know, and the buzzing their sin all about. Image and shame and embarrassment Abraham and Sarah were soon to experience. A lesson they would not soon forget. It is embarrassing when he has told you the prophet of God has stood and lied about his wife, and the woman of God had lied also about her relationship with her husband. And you think about that embarrassment, even with the people that Abraham had with him, to hear, here you go, Abraham has done sinned again. Now, let's talk about how we are in a situation like that. Somebody come up to Abraham and say, Abraham, Did you really put your wife out there like that? Look, you need to mind your business. You upset, Abraham? Yeah, because you all up in my business now, Abraham. Everybody in Philistine know about this, Abraham. It's not your business, it's everybody's business. Did you lie like that on your wife? Oh, now you want to fight.
Made out words.
Yeah, because now you know why we want to fight. But do you know why we want to fight? Thank you. It's the truth. We get mad about the truth. Abraham and Sarah had to live this down again. The prophet of God and his wife.
And that's why he told him, because see, God could have, could have restored them then, but he said, when you give white back, that Abraham will pray for you. But see, he still had his, he still was a prophet of God. It's just with me, I feel like Abraham had to go through his own thing. And he had to ask for forgiveness first for himself before he prayed for somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then, so I guess that was meant for him, what God said, Abraham will pray for you. When you give him a wife, then he gonna pray for you, and then I'm gonna restore you. Instead of him just restoring him when he gave his wife back.
No. You see, God had to let the king know, that's my servant. My servant failed, but he's still my servant. You might be the king. He's still my prophet. He might be an embarrassed prophet. He might be a prophet that don't want to hold his head up, but he still belongs to me. He wanted the king to understand, even though he have fallen, he still belongs to me. And I'm still going to use him. Because he repented, I'm going to use him. The same happened with Job when his friends came to him. He had to end up praying for him. But you see, the thing is, Abraham also had to suck up now. The mumbling, the grumbling, people talking about what they done. That hurt more than anything else. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm going to talk about me. What God done called me to do, it bothered me. For you to see me letting God down. It bothers me. I can't get out here because somebody else is acting a fool with me, and me acting a fool also because God is looking at me. I don't have I don't care place, because I do care. I care about how God feel about me. I care about what's true about me. Let me say that again. I care about what's true about me. But now them lies, I ain't studying that. But if it's true, that bothers me. So this is why us as believers, see, I will go further than just this building. I will walk if when we leave the building. We come to the building, it's like a gas station. We to receive something to help us to be stronger when we go outside the building, that we can be the representatives of God that he wants us to be. How can I represent God? What if I went to the bank and the folk told me, well, your card declined. Look, now I know my money here. I put my money here. Well, we don't have no sign of my money. You come by and all this shit, because these folks ain't got my money. Folk done went off the deep end. And he is acting up. And they got my money. Yes, that is correct. Watch this. God said that he's in charge of everything. And because I belong to him, even though they done took my money, they got it, they ain't got no record of it, but I'm not going to stand here and embarrass myself and the kingdom of God by tearing it down about a piece of paper. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is, a piece of paper. If you don't think it's paper, sell it back to me. See what it's doing. We let God down about the simple thing. Man, you cut me off when I was. Matter of fact, today. I'm talking about having a meeting today. I ain't talking about y'all about today. I was up in Columbus. and took my wife, dropped her off. I come back to pick her up. Lady was backing out. Park closed, you know. So I stopped, let them back out. By the time she got backed out, another car came from another way, whooped up in there. I looked, I smiled, I said, well, Lord, I guess I got to park somewhere else. I went to another park. I ain't swapping wood. I ain't look at the folk funny. You know why? Because he in charge of my life.
Wow.
If he allowed them folk to park in that parking place, evidently he wouldn't intend for me to park there. Why am I going to get upset? Because I tell him to direct my path. I want him to be the head of my life. Whatever happened in my life, God, I know you're in control of it because I don't like this. I'm finna act a fool up in here. And I have seen time now before my life changed. I would have got out my car right then. You're going to have to move the car or somebody going to the hospital and somebody going to jail.
Yes. Yes.
What am I doing with that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
The other person going to the hospital. Then I'm going to go to court. Then I'm going to pay a hospital bill. Then I got to pay the cost of court. Then I got to pay for a bond. What I look like now? I done took food out of my house. I done took light bill away from my family. I mean, look at what it cost me for me to let God down. I'm going to tear the kingdom down by a parking place.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, think about it. That happened to me today. Now I sit here and wait until the people back out. Time they went there with Joe coming, and as I'm turning, he see me turning, whoop up in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I had to give him some evil eye with that.
Yeah, I went in there, dude. I went in there.
Well, now I have seen time. Now I've seen time. Oh, that wouldn't have went over at all. I don't care. Man, you can call that army up in here knocking. God, it don't make no difference. Something to happen up in here. But I thank God for the renewing of my mind. How can I ever be conformed? Y'all need to get this. How can we ever be conformed to the image of Christ when we are staying in the image of Satan?
Wow.
Born in sin, shaped in iniquity, and I'm going to stay right here when I got a God that done brought me out and gave me his own spirit. Give me his word to walk by and give me patience.
Please, Lord.
How do you think you get patience? You don't know how you get patient?
Right.
By waiting.
Golly.
You'll never get patient any other way. And I asked God, I remember when I asked him way back when my life changed, because I was a very impatient person, I can't wait till the light change. Don't let somebody sit there out getting the change.
I gotta go round. I'm going around, way around the street.
You know, so I asked God for patience. When I asked God for patience, it looked like everywhere I went. I get to the light, the longest light I ever seen. That light ain't never been this long.
Come on now.
I go to the doctor office. I got an appointment for 9 o'clock. These folks don't call me at 2:30. You know, I mean, it was everywhere I went. So you know what I did? First I got me a pocket Bible. And I carried that pocket Bible, New Testament, everywhere I went. I don't care if I got to the traffic light. When I get to the traffic light, somebody said, bump! Okay, time to go. I get in the doctor office. Same thing. I start studying the wood. Now the doctor called me. I've been there 3 or 4 hours. I done got into the wood. They said, 4 tests. I said, already? You'll never learn patience by not waiting.
Lord.
You only learn patience by waiting. What you think patience is? Patience is learning how to wait. Wait upon the Lord.
Thank you, Jesus.
He'll move when he get ready. And we worry about things that's out of our control. But things that are in our control, they're the things we don't do. Somebody cut you off.
Help me, Lord.
2 cars in the front of you. You try to get by and they get side by side.
And go slow. Slow
Well,
down.
neither one of speed limit 65. Come on, man. Y'all ain't running but 58. Side side by side. You go to one side, cause one look like he ease up a little bit, so you jump over that lane, look like he slow down. Then the other one speed up a little bit, you jump over in the other lane, then he slow down.
Man, these jokers talking.
And then what do? We get upset, right?
Yes. What y'all trying to do?
Now watch this. What if it, now listen, it's an accident waiting on you up the road, but because you can't see the accident and you belong to him, he put these two vehicles right there to stop you.
Oh, mercy, Lord.
And you know what? I done seen a fool. He had two vehicles, and you know that little pavement over there? Jump out there now, pass him back. Lord, you know what they saying? Lord, I got to get to hell. I just can't wait on it. I got to get to hell. So I'm going to go around you holding me up to keep me from the accident because I need to get there. That's what we actually saying to him. I know you don't say it with the words. You say it with the action. Lord, I want you to direct my path. Just as long as you direct my path the way I wanted it directed. Well, then you need to be God. But you're not.
No, sir.
And because he's God, and you are created by him, it should seem that he should have some authority over us. Not us having authority over him. Any question, comment? What verse was that? 8, wasn't it? Let's see what 9 looks like.
Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, What have you done unto us? And what have I offended you, that you have brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? You have done these unto me that ought not to be done.
Come on now, Abraham, man, you done done me wrong. You done brought sin upon me, Abraham. You know you're a man of God. Why would you do this to me like that? God done told me you are a prophet of his. And there was the rebuke for causing others to sin. The king of Abimelech called Abraham into the court to question him about the whole matter, the whole affair. Not that the charges against Abraham focused upon what he had done to cause others to sin, but Abraham had brought on the king and his kingdom a great sin and guilt, the sin that almost led the king to commit adultery with Abraham's wife. Abraham had brought great dishonor and sin upon his wife. He had dishonored his wife by leading her to almost commit adultery with another man. Abraham, the prophet of God, is being questioned by the king. Prophet, why would you bring sin on us? Disciples of God. The disciples, we're disciples of God. Disciple means pupil or student. So I ask us the same question tonight. Disciples of God. Why would we bring sin when we supposed to be the one to be a light? Why would we do what we know we're not supposed to do? Why would we not do what we know we're not supposed to do? Why would we bring sin upon the name of our God? That's what the king asked him, the prophet of God. It shows us just how short of the glory of God that we are.
Yes.
It shows us how short we are. It shows us that we need a Savior, but it also shows us that we need to follow that Savior. Can y'all see this? We mess up. But a lot of times, the mess up we make, we in control of not messing up.
Yes.
But we allow that old demon to get in our mind and raise our blood pressure. And the next thing, all of a sudden, only thing I want to do right now is what I want to do. And what I want to do is going to bring sin and shame upon the king. But I'm going to do it anyway. Why? We in control of ourselves. The devil ain't in control of none of us. The devil can't make us do nothing. And we cannot go to God one day and say, Lord, I tried not to, but the devil made me do it. He's going to say, that's a lie. I gave you my own self and put myself inside of you. The devil suggested it. I heard it when he suggested it to you. And I saw you when you started to harden. Devil said, you are not to take it. You know what? I don't want to do something. Devil said, yeah, that's right. I look at you disrespecting you. Oh, now you don't know who you is. I can tell you who we are. We are the least valuable thing on earth, the dust of the earth. We are the most important thing to God. But we was created out of the less valuable thing on earth. Dust. Not diamonds, not rubies, not gold, not silver. Dust. So when we look at the dust, why do we think that we're greater than we are when we come from the dust? It's God inside of us that makes us great. Why? Because we are being conformed to the image of Christ. That's what the Word of God does for us. It conforms us to the image of Christ. That's why we're supposed to follow Christ. What verse was it?
9.
Abimelech said, what hast thou done to us? He said, and what have I offended thee? I ain't did nothing to you, Abraham, that thou hast brought on me and my kingdom a great sin, that thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. The believer doing people wrong. And we're not supposed to be doing people wrong.
That means even the unsaved watch.
They watch it. They watch it. Any other question to comment? We're going to stop there. We're going to start with verse 10. On next week, the Lord will. But we need to, we take the Word of God and we examine ourselves with it. We take the Word of God. We mirror ourselves with it. We take the Word of God and we let it be the straight line for us. The Word of God is the one that put us on the right track. Not I feel, I think, or what somebody else feels or think. But the Word of God is true. And because it's true, we should follow it.